This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard, watching the Grunion crawl Magi. Little kids got naked and had lots of sex. Don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 96. My name is Adam. With me today we have Kevin. How are you, Kevin?
I'm doing alright. It's snowing.
Is it snowing?
It is snowing.
Cool.
It is snowing.
Is it snowing where you're at, Ryan?
Yes.
Very cool. Alright, what movie do we have you watch this week?
Well, given that it has three names, I'll call it the original name. It was originally called Age of the Hobbits, but then they got sued, and apparently they changed it to Lord of the Elves / Clash of the Empire.
Age of the Hobbits, a.k.a. Lord of the Elves, a.k.a. Clash of the Empires. Picked this in honor of the new Hobbit movie coming out this week. This is directed by Joseph J. Lawson. This is an Asylum film, which I didn't even know that this was an Asylum film until after I watched the trailer and sent it to you. I'd have a synopsis here. Long ago, in a land now forgotten, an enslaved hero escapes his bonds, gathers his troop, and begins a dangerous quest to claim an enchanted dagger that will give his people a chance for freedom from the oppressive warlord.
He claims that one troop.
Yeah, gathers his
Just
troop.
one troop.
Gathers his one troop. So, let's just jump right in. Why don't you tell us a little bit about... We'll call it Age of the Hobbits now, because that's why we picked it.
Alright, well, first of all, this movie contains little people and children. But at some points, the children are supposed to be older than the little people, but they're playing parts that they had filled in with children. Does that make any sense?
Nope, not at all.
No, I don't really get it, but move on.
Alright. Well,
Cleared that up.
the characters, like, they were all supposed to be elves, but some of the characters were children, like normal.
Yeah, I gotcha. Are they supposed to be elves, or are they supposed to be hobbits?
I didn't know this. I'm not up on my Hobbit trilogy or trivia. So, I guess so. I don't even know what the fuck a Hobbit is. What is the difference between a Hobbit and an elf?
Hobbits are shorter than elves, and the pointy ears, and elves appear... I think elves are usually archers.
Yeah.
They usually have a bow and arrow, and they have pointy ears, and they're taller than hobbits.
There's no arching going on.
No arching?
Second of all, most of the cast is Indonesian, and apparently they didn't speak that good English because the whole film is dubbed over. Like, everyone's voice is dubbed over. And sometimes when the actual children speak, they have, like, the voice of 30-year-olds. And it's like I said, you have to see it. But it kind of, like, for the first 20 minutes, I was like, what the fuck is happening? Is the kid supposed to be like 30, or is he supposed to be like a 10-year-old kid? So it was very, very confusing.
That sounds amazing.
Other than that, there is really, I guess there is sort of a loose plot, but they kind of just, whatever happens.
They just go with the flow.
Yeah, it seems like it. There's much bad acting. Much bad acting. The voiceovers are terrible. The plot's pretty terrible. For the first 45, 50 minutes, I didn't even know what was happening with the plot.
So
Like,
this is classic Asylum, is what you're saying.
it, yeah, there, and the fact that they had to be sued for the title makes it even better. I
W- Would I?
or
It
worse.
seems like that this film contains some dragons. Do you actually get to see the dragons?
Um, you can call them dragons if you want to. They look pretty terrible,
And
and the
now,
CG is pretty terrible, and you can tell that it's like overlay, like when they're acting with the dragons are happening on one screen and everything else happening on the other screen.
fantastic. So there are dragons in it. They're CGI dragons.
CGI dragons. So what's up with this dagger? How's it gonna save their people?
The whole dagger thing, like, I don't even, that's why when he said that, I don't even understand that part.
It's
Because as I
enchanted, right?
watched it, they didn't make a big deal about this dagger at all. People came and kidnapped the little hobbits, and took them to this cave, and the hobbits that aren't captured go over this land and join up with other people. What are they? The hobbits are called tree eaters, and they're going after the people that capture them are called. I think they're called meat eaters or flesh eaters or something. And they ride dragons and eat people. And they're kind of like cavemen. Like, they barely have any grasp on the English language at all. Or any language for that matter. And the hobbits go to this cave and outsmart them and kill all of them, and that's it. Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Okay, so according to a review here for this movie on Dread Central, the word hobbits is never uttered, even once in the film. The race of little
No, it's
people
not.
the title refers to are instead referred to in the film as the tree people, because they live in huts in the trees, or
Yeah,
half men, as their average sized counterparts call them. And then the normal sized humans are called giants. And then there's also evil, ugly, average sized men with mouths full of fangs called rock people.
yes. They're the flesh-eating dragon people.
Flesh eating dragon people, okay.
Or I'm sorry, yeah, flesh-eating dragon riding people.
So the
That's
tree
what they're called.
people the tree people are vegans that worship Earth Mother, and the giants are hunter gatherers that worship the Sky Father.
Yes.
And the rock
At
people are
the,
cave
at
dwelling
the
cannibals that perform human sacrifices to their serpent god.
At the end of the movie, Earth Mother and Father hook up, I think. Or they're supposed to hook up
What do they create?
because, I don't know, they don't say it, but they all become friends by the end of the movie and start worshiping each other gods and shit.
All right, so let's talk about some performances here, because I didn't mention who's in this movie. Like you said, it's a bunch of like one name people, like Kreb, Shrogan. I don't know any of these people. Bai Ling, though, is the one that I know. How was Bai Ling?
Alright. Not, everyone was terrible.
That's
Just hard to just pull one or two people out and say they were okay because it was all terrible.
Bai Ling is mostly she's been mostly in like she's in a ton of stuff, but she's not in very good. She usually has like small roles and things. I think she was in a horror movie that just came out. It's playing the festival circuit right now. I think we have a review for it up on the site, but I think it's called The Gauntlet. And I know that Ernie did not like it at all. But she was in like The Crow, and she had like small roles in a whole bunch of movies and TV shows.
She's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she's in a lot of stuff. But she was in the feature length version of Dumplings. Do you remember that one, Kevin? In the Three Extremes movie, the short Dumplings, and
Oh man.
they made that into a feature length. She was in that.
Oh, God. What was that, Ryan? What was that all about?
That dumpling.
Uh,
I remember the dumplings when I was a small child.
A small child.
What are
Not
you
a
talking
small
about?
child.
Wasn't
Weird.
that long ago?
what?
Three Extremes. When did that come out?
2004.
Yeah.
Ryan is extremely young.
He's like a child. Man, I remember seeing that when I was like an infant.
Second, if you were that young, why would you be watching Dumplings?
Because Adam made me do it.
Did I make you watch Three Extremes, or did I make you watch like the feature length Dumplings one?
Very extreme.
Yeah, I saw the feature length Dumplings one, but I wasn't too keen on it. Because it's like, I've already seen it, you know?
Yeah.
I liked it better as the short.
Yeah.
That-
Who wants to see a drawn-out version? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to do more with the character and stuff, but I know we're getting sidetracked, but man, did I love Three
Yeah.
Extremes.
We always get sidetracked. It's what we do.
I just remembered Chan-wook Park's short in Three Extremes with I think that was the one with the piano. Do you remember that?
I don't remember anything from 3. I don't even know if I saw 3
Oh,
Extremes.
man, Kevin, you gotta see it.
If I did, I don't remember anything from it.
But you need to see it again. Fruit Chan, Takeshi Miike, and Chan-wook Park.
That sounds like a great three-way director thing going on right there.
It's amazing. They made a
Great-
sequel too, but I
great
don't remember
thing.
who. I don't remember who was involved in the sequel. Well, do you have anything else to add? Because I feel like there's not a whole lot to talk about with Age of the Hobbit.
I want to know one more thing because we talked about the dragons a little bit, but it also says that these what are they, Java men? Is that what they're called?
Java Men.
Java men? They're the ones that like enslave the hobbits. It says that they worship Komodo dragons. Do you get to see Komodo dragons?
Yeah, that's why. They aren't regular dragons that you're thinking of. They're Komodo.
Do they just make the Komodos like really big, like old school effects
They're
style?
Very
yeah,
healthy
they're
style.
big and they kind of fly.
They kind of fly. What do they hover?
They're in the air.
They kind of fly.
I'm very intrigued by this kind of flying dragon. I want to know what that is. Is anyone eaten by a Komodo dragon?
'Cause they're assholes.
If the Komodo dragons are assholes?
Yeah,
What do they do? Are they just like really judgmental?
they eat the hobbits.
Okay, so they actually do
other
show
people-
Komodo dragons eating hobbits.
Well, they bite them and shit and swallow them, swallow half their body.
That is technically eating, right?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my goodness, ridiculous. Now I do see that, like, talking about the like the lawsuit or whatever, that Asylum did argue that hobbits are based on a real life human subspecies that were discovered in Indonesia and are actually referred to as hobbits in the scientific community.
Yeah, I think I did hear that.
So, and the because doesn't this really it takes place in Indonesia, doesn't it?
Looks like it does.
Or I guess the filming locations are says Cambodia. So they actually do have like a legit argument. It sounds like they're not based on Tolkien's creations. It's actually based on
They are.
real
They're
life
asylum.
scientific.
You know what's
I
happening
I know, but
here.
I know what they're doing. But it sounds like semantics wise, they could be okay.
No, apparently
It's
they
a
weren't because
loophole.
they were forced
Yeah.
to change it.
It's a loophole among 12,000 other mugging films that Asylum makes.
Yeah, I mean they were forced to change titles of quite a few of their movies. I know that the American battleships had to be changed to
I'm
American
surprised.
warships.
I'm surprised that not all of them
Yeah,
get.
yeah, some of them like Almighty Thor, Abraham Lincoln versus zombies,
Yeah, Atlantic Rim.
Atlantic Rim.
Atlantic.
Well, the
I
one
will say that every time I think Asylum is terrible, which is all the time, um, when I watch one of their movies, I don't think it can get any worse, and it seems to get worse every single time.
So do you think that like Asylum is sort of a part of this one-upmanship with their own films, like trying to make them worse than the last
They're
one?
they're probably listening to my podcast, and they're like, "Well,
He said
we're
it can't get any worse.
we're gonna make some more shitty movies for them to watch,
We'll prove
and we're
Ryan
gonna
wrong.
get sued in the process."
I can't wait until
So
they start ripping off their own films. Like I
I
think
would
that
like
that
to
would
see
be
that.
interesting if they start making worse versions of the movies that they've already made.
Or better yet, I want to see another company pop up that makes mocking blockbusters of Asylum films.
That would be amazing because then they'd get a taste of their own medicine. That'd be interesting.
But they do it much, much better. And
They're
they're
actually
funny.
good.
Yeah, they're funny. They're funny versions of Asylum, but intentionally funny.
I do see that they have a one coming out that's going to be a riff off of that Pompeii, the Paul W.S. Anderson movie called Apocalypse Pompeii.
Oh my God.
They also do have Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark coming out.
Nice. Do they have a Noah coming out? I wouldn't be surprised if they did a
They do have
Noah.
one called Attila.
Okay. It
They
would be-
have one called Zombie Night. They have one called Jailbait, Ready to
Okay.
Die, Asian Schoolgirls, Airplane versus Volcano.
Yes. Are you kidding me?
Oh god. When a commercial airliner is trapped within a ring of erupting volcanoes, as in more than one, the passengers and crew must find a way to survive without landing.
I wouldn't you just keep flying? I
You
mean,
just fly in a straight line. That's all you have to do.
what, what else would you do in that situation?
I don't know. I originally thought of the idea. Like, who sat down and was like, I have an idea. We're going to make a production company that rips off every single movie ever and make money from it.
Well,
Well, I don't know if we know if they actually make money from these.
well, they at least make enough money to make more of them.
Yeah.
I would like to know that. I would like to see their numbers.
And they make enough money to afford voiceover.
But that'd be funny if they weren't. If they just continuously lose money and it's just some like uber rich guy. It's just like this is how I'm spending my money.
Well, I think it's probably one of those deals. It's probably similar to a Roger Corman type thing, and I think that even Roger Corman produces some of these movies. Maybe.
Maybe it's like a Brewster's Millions type of situation.
I doubt
And this
that.
is what they're doing with the money.
I doubt
You never
that.
know.
but
You never know.
I think that
Could be.
probably it's just like their movies don't cost a lot to make. They probably do almost everything in house, and they sell their rights to Sci-Fi Channel, probably make a buttload of money, and they probably sell their stuff to Netflix and Redbox and make enough money to keep things going.
That's true.
I mean, it's the same thing like Uwe Boll stuff. He keeps making money because he's a smart businessman. Like when I talked to him, I was kind of asking him about financing movies and how he does it. And he does everything all under one roof. Like he has his own production company, which helps eliminate some of the fees and things like that. And he has complete control over how it works and what money's coming in and going out and all that stuff. And I mean, if your movie gets on Netflix, that's like, he told me that's like 45 to 75 grand right there just to sell your movie to Netflix.
Wow.
And for these movies, I mean,
Which begs the question, why is Netflix buying these movies? It just seems like a huge waste of money.
well, I think that they want to just pad their library, and
I know, but they pad it with so
Because
much shit.
people are dumb enough to think that these are the real.
yeah, well, that is one thing.
Yeah,
I think,
you know how we always talk about that? I actually did meet someone that was tricked into
yeah.
watching one of these. Which
I'm
I
gonna
thought
go
that
ahead and
couldn't happen.
admit that one of my friends was trained into it
Yeah, I
a
mean,
few weeks ago.
the thing is, people don't realize we forget that we're kind of in this movie world, and we forget that there are people that don't really pay attention to things like release dates and movie titles and things like that. So when they see something pop up and they're like, "Oh, Age of the Hobbits, it must be the next Hobbit movie," and
It still surprises me so
they'll
much.
get it on Redbox or whatever. It is surprising, but people just aren't aware. People are ignorant. So, yeah, I'm sure they're making money from it.
It's some way to make money off stupid people.
I mean, I would definitely be interested in seeing like budget versus return on these movies. Like,
Exactly. I would like to see a complete breakdown
yeah,
of their finances.
hopefully soon that's actually going to be something that happens. Because did you read this? This is old news by now because it happened a few months ago. But the distributor behind Escape from Tomorrow released all of their profit numbers from that film. Did you see that? Yeah, they were like the first distributor that openly offered up their downloads and profit from video on demand.
Oh wow.
And basically they were like, this should be available for everyone because box office numbers are available, and
That's true.
it doesn't paint a very good picture or an accurate picture if you're just going off of box office numbers, because nowadays almost every movie, especially independent films, they all come out on video on demand also.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe in the future we will be able to compare budget versus return on these Asylum films. I should just reach out to the Asylum and say, hey, can you send us like your numbers? I
They
just
probably want to burn me alive.
I just want to know.
Because they talk shit about every Asylum movie I've seen.
And it's honestly, like I said before at the top of the show, I honestly didn't know this was an Asylum film until after I watched the trailer. So it's not intentional. I try to mix it up.
It's just happening.
Yeah. I try to mix it up and give you different stuff, but somehow it always ends up being the Asylum. Originally, I was going to give you the Hobbit, the animated movie, and then I realized I did that last year.
You should have done it again. Just to see if he remembered.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, the Hobbit's coming out. I'll give him that crappy 70s animated one. And then I was like, wait a minute. Did I feel like I gave him that already, and I looked it up on Letterboxd, and yep, sure enough. So, if you want to hear Ryan's comments on the original animated Hobbit, go ahead and page through. I don't remember what number that was, though.
We're done.
Okay.
Which one did you think was better, Ryan? These-
The animated one, this one sucked real bad.
Well, let's find out
It's an
how.
hour and 25 minutes long, and I spent an hour and 15 minutes looking at the clock.
Now, do you remember what?
This is over.
Do you remember what score you gave the animated one?
No.
I wonder what
Like,
was the
it's
animated one called?
I think it was just called The Hobbit.
Trying to find it because I want to see if, without him knowing,
Yeah, I have the score
if
right
the
here.
rating's gonna. Okay.
I have the score right here. So let's give you your drum roll. Ryan, what do you give Age of the Hobbits?
1. No
was quick.
fucking around with that.
1 out of 10. You also gave the Hobbit animated one 1 out of 10.
Oh no, they're tied.
It's a tie. Oh
Well,
god.
the anime or the asylum one is we're gonna make that an imaginary 0.75.
Okay.
0.75.
So it's slightly worse.
We're doing that now.
Yes.
Doing that now.
Doing 0.75s.
Yes.
I wish sometimes with reviews I wish I could do 0.75s.
I wish we did on a scale of 0 to 1, and everything was points. Like
we,
point.
we should do that just to make it different than everyone else. A 0 to
0.379.
a 0 to 1 scale.
Give it 1 star as the best
Well-
way ever saw.
Yeah, I mean it's sort of like a thumbs up or thumbs down, a 0 to 1, but we can go like three or 4 decimal places in.
I
should've-
give this score pi.
We should also implement a negative score rating.
Yeah,
You could go -1 to 1.
-1 to 1. Yeah, I'm down with that.
-1 is where you give the movie back. You buy it, you're like,
You
"No,
request
I don't want this."
You return it to Best Buy, or you email Amazon or iTunes and request your money back.
I have a number of -1s from this year that I wish I could do that.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. Definitely. All right. Well, I think it goes without saying you're not going to be bothering with Desolation of Smaug.
No.
Smaug.
I've
Is that how you
never-
pronounce it?
Yeah.
I never saw the first Hobbit, nor have I seen any of Lord of the Rings.
Oh man, it's me and you both.
Well, I
haven't
haven't
seen
either,
any of
so
Oh, you haven't either?
put me in that camp. I will say that the new one looks pretty cool. Like I am curious about it, but that means I have to go back and watch the first one, and I
Which you
just
don't wanna
know.
do?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do it because I didn't even hear good things about the first Hobbit that came out.
Smaug.
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 I hear that like on TV when they're advertising. They always like on college football. They were talking about it, and the guy said Smaug, and all 3 or 4 of the other analysts laughed at him because he pronounced it Smaug.
It is pronounced Smaug.
Is
I
it?
know,
Yes.
I have
but
no idea.
they laugh because he pronounced it properly, and it sounds ridiculous. Like, I feel like it should just be the decimation of Smaug.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think that it's supposed to be Smaug, but it's not. I don't know. All right. Any final thoughts on Age of the Hobbits?
Nope.
Again, if you're looking to rent this for some reason, it's under the name Clash of the Empires.
So you know exactly how to get your money back.
All right. Well, I think that'll wrap it up. For all the latest film news and reviews, visit us at filmpulse.net. Send us an email at feedback@filmpulse.net. Follow us on Twitter @filmpulsenet, and be sure to rate us on iTunes. We appreciate that very much. For filmpulse.net, my name is Adam.
And I'm Kevin.
Ryan.
And we will see you on Monday.
See you later. God damn it, Ken.